Hello, and welcome back to my BeamNGdrive drift tutorial. In this video, I will be explaining transitioning between corners and your weight distribution and weight. So, I'm going to start off with the weight, because I really should have started off with that in the beginning, but whatever. So, if you look at the bottom, you can see a G meter and a circle representing the weight on each wheel. As I turn, it should turn. As I drive, it'll all move. The point of this is, a big thing in drifting is using the weight of your car and the body roll and whatnot to help in changing direction and keeping it going and even setting up. So as I drive around, as there's more weight on a wheel, it'll go from little green to big green, little red to big red, I'll say. So as I drift around, just keep an eye on that and the G meter. The G meter, think of when you're going around a corner in a real car. As the car's turning, you can feel yourself being pushed towards the outside of your seat. That's the G-force. That's what the little yellow squiggly line is showing, where the G-forces are pushing. So as I accelerate, the G-forces go back. As you decelerate, they go forwards, so on and so forth. With the wheel weight, if I slam on the brakes, two top ones will light up red, because there's more weight on the front. Accelerate, more weight on the back. Okay, with this explained, you use the different controls and whatnot in the car to move the weight along with initiating your slide-out. So if I just use handbrake, all I'm doing is locking up the rear wheels to get the back end to slide. That's all really you're doing for that. You're not worried about the weight or anything. It's not sliding, so I'm going to lock up the rear wheels, make it slide. Like that. However, if you're using your brakes to transition between corners, you are dipping the front of the car down, slowing down each of the wheels, and then all the weight of the car is going to go to the outmost wheel. So I'm going to come around here, and I'll pause it. So you can see here, the front right wheel has the most weight on it. Back right wheel has the second most. Because I'm under acceleration, the back left will have third most, the front left will have the least. What I'm going to do next, and what I'd like you to watch for, is the next time I transition to a turn, I'm gonna try and go right to left if I can. So I'm going left. So what at the top there, just above the roof, I'd like you to pay attention to the weight and how it shifts. I'm going to tap the brake to transition into the next corner, but I want you to watch how, as I come up to the corner, it should basically be lit up the way it is now. As I come up to the corner, I'm going to tap the brakes. It's going to move more weight to the front right and the front left tires. The front right tire is going to dig into the ground a tiny bit and act as a pivot point. The other front tire just kind of helps guide it at this point. The rear tires will now have less weight on them, and you now need to focus on your wheel spin and how the back of the car is swinging around to catch that. So the two top ones should light up more, the back ones should light up less, and then they should light up from right to left. And I hit the wrong button. So let's just go over here really quick and just watch the little circle. So the right ones are mostly lit up, especially that corner. When I tap the brake, if I did it right, the front ones would have lit up a lot more and all that. That was focusing to. So I go here, tap, and it should have lit up more. I'm gonna focus on just a couple corners, and hopefully this will give a good example. I'm not used to drifting around characters, but like right here, you can see the front left lit up really bright, and then right there. That was it, basically digging into the ground. Just I'm trying to create a scenario here, that's all. There we go. Right there, I swung left, and then I tapped the brakes, and you could see the weight go forwards and to the right, and then the car pivoted around. I'm gonna try and redo it. There we go. I overdid it a little bit, but that should give a good idea. So, it's not something you really need to focus on too much. As you can tell, I'm focusing on it a lot and starting to mess up really bad, but keeping that in the back of your mind can help. So, and that really comes into play when you're not on flat surfaces. If you're on a flat surface, it's not that big of a deal. But basically, one easy way to transition between corners is to just let off the throttle and tag your brake. It'll kick you around the other way, and yeah. Another way is just let off the throttle. It should kick the back around with, if you let off the throttle, it'll kick the back around without digging the front end so much. So if you're just trying to transition to a new corner, that's fine. But if you need to quickly transition, tag your brakes. If you're going too fast, you can very gently apply the brake and the throttle, and it'll kind of push the car. I'm not good at doing it, so I'll kind of show in a way. So basically, if you're already going around the corner and you start to apply a little bit of brake, it'll kind of push the front end a bit. And even if I'm going slow, with just the right amount, it works perfectly. So it adds a little bit of control once you get it right. Handbrake to initiate a new slide or a transition can be kind of tricky, because at times, if you're sliding too much, like say right here, you just keep sliding, you'll slide more. If you just tap it, not much will happen. In that case, like, not a whole lot is happening. I used it there. It's the most convenient, but it's also the least controllable, I find, especially with a controller, because it's just on and off. You can clutch kick, which is like this. So basically you're going You hold the throttle, clutch to get your RPM up, dump the clutch again to get your tires spinning, and yeah, it can be a good way to transition, because it completely removes all power from the connected wheels. So literally, it will instantly just either straighten out, or it'll do exactly what you want at that point, basically. The back is just following the front. If you're sliding too much, hit the clutch. Hopefully that helps, and yeah, you'll learn how the weight moves, and you'll learn which control is best in which scenario, and like everything else, it will just become muscle memory. Like, I shouldn't have used the brake there. So yeah, hopefully this helps understand the last little bit of drifting. At least the last little bit of the stuff I talked about. But all in all, just enjoy. Get used to the approach, get used to transitioning, and linking them together, and just have fun. If you start to get annoyed, do something else for a little bit. Once you feel like you can do it again, come back and try it. It'll slowly get better. But hopefully this helps. Thanks for watching.